Well, good evening, and welcome to the University of Pittsburgh School of Education Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony. Yes. And there will be a lot more of that this evening, so thank you. My name is Bob Scheer. I'm the president of the School of Education Alumni Society and the executive director of the Allegheny Intermediate Unit, and a former superintendent, principal, and teacher here in the Pittsburgh region. I am honored to greet you as we begin tonight's celebration of our graduates. I have the privilege at this moment to officially open the University of Pittsburgh School of Education Spring 2024 Commencement Ceremony. On behalf of all of the alumni who came before you, I invite the 2024 graduating candidates and our graduates from 2023 to come forward to be recognized. I now call forth the School of Education Commencement Processional. It goes back there. It's on a loop.
I know.
And I was kidding. I knew you knew.
There are a lot of you.
There are a lot.
I was here for the teaching school today, and they all sat in one section.
It's a good problem to have, right?
They're sneaking in. We'll do this. Hey,
Good evening. Let's get a do-over. Good evening. All right. Aren't we glad to be here on this momentous occasion? All right, everyone. Students, you may be seated. I'm Dr. Ebony Zamani Gallagher. I'm a professor as well as interim dean, the Renee and Richard Goldman Endowed Dean of the University of Pittsburgh School of Education. And to our graduates, to our friends and our families, and our students, faculty, and staff, and our alumni supporters, I want to bid you a warm welcome to this spring 2024 commencement ceremony. That's right. You know, I am absolutely delighted to be with you tonight. And as I look out at your faces, I'm really proud. I want to pop my collar if I had a collar. You make me holler, because this is a joyous occasion. It's one of the best days of the year. It's part of how we get through the academic year, is seeing you all self-actualize and have this moment. And so we're gathered here to recognize all of the outstanding achievements that you all have had as School of Education graduates, and how you've worked so hard to reach this point. And so before we go any further, what I'd like to do is just take a moment, because I want to make sure that we pause and solemnly acknowledge that we are gathered here tonight on ancestral lands of indigenous people. I want to wish to acknowledge the land acknowledgement as well as the legacy of labor, exploitation, and slavery, and its ongoing generational impact. And so if we could take a moment for this land and labor acknowledgement, if you will. I appreciate you joining me and pausing for a moment to reflect so that we can pay our respects and express gratitude for the ancestors' stewardship and their sacrifice. At this time, we're going to begin our commencement ceremony, and what better way than to begin but by hearing from our students. And so I want to introduce our first speaker, who will represent our undergraduate class, and Allison Maceo. Give it up for Allison. Let me tell you a little bit about Allison. So Allison is graduating this semester, and she's getting her Bachelor's of Science and applied developmental psychology. And at Pitt, she excelled in the classroom. She has also served as a School of Education student ambassador, and she's helped to support the school community, alumni, and our fundraising efforts. So Allison is someone who has been driven to improve the mental health of young people. And it is through her education that she's also learned the value of understanding children in the context of their experiences, appreciating that contextuality in terms of their surroundings, and that is something that she's going to carry with her as she moves on from Pitt. She's very passionate about creating safe spaces for our LGBTQIA students and youth to meet and support one another. Post-graduation, Allison plans to become a clinical psychologist, and she wants to help improve the lives of adolescents as well as their families, because we know she's going to do some great work on behalf of all youth to come. So Allison, can you join me? Come on forward to the stage.
Before I begin my speech, I want to take a moment to warmly welcome everyone here tonight to share in this celebration of the University of Pittsburgh School of Education Class of 2024. Whether you came from far or near, we are so thrilled to have you here supporting us as family members, friends, faculty, staff, and fellow graduates. I have loved the sound of music since I was about 5 years old. I got the CD in my stocking on Christmas morning, and from that point on, the soundtrack was a mainstay in my mom's car. The story follows Fräulein Maria, a nun in training, as she embarks on a journey as the beloved governess of the Von Trapp family. Maria uses her love of music as a tool to connect with the 7 children. She finds clever ways to engage them in song, teaching them to look for happiness in life, even when facing great adversity. She acts as a role model to the young children and a trusted confidant for the older children. These acts help Maria win over the stoic Captain Von Trapp, returning music and joy to the house for the first time in years. Many of Fräulein Maria's best traits are reflected in the student body here tonight. Many of us have chosen to spend our educational journey learning how to support children's well-being. We have put in long hours in class, in the lab, and in our jobs and internships. Although working with children can be challenging and at times thankless, we are genuinely excited to support them and improve their lives. The Sound of Music is also a story rooted in courage and strength. Maria did not choose to be a governess. Her Reverend Mother assigned her to the position after numerous missteps at the Abbey. Maria packs her things, slings her guitar over her shoulder, and begins the journey to the Von Trapp estate. Starting out timidly, she wonders, what will this day be like? What will my future be? As she progresses, however, she reminds herself that strength doesn't lie in numbers, and her hesitant steps become leaps. As Maria reaches the iron gates of the mansion, she pauses for a moment. She says to herself, first softly and then boldly, I have confidence in confidence alone, then bounds through the doors. There will be times in our lives when we, like Maria, are faced with a challenge that seems too great to overcome. It is in these moments where we must pause, take a breath, and find the courage to step forward, even though the path may not be clear. Here, on the brink of the next chapter of our lives, you may be feeling like confidence isn't something you have in your arsenal quite yet. I am here to assure you that could not be farther from the truth. Confidence is a trait we must nurture. It grows within each of us as we experience new things. It reveals itself when you need it most, at a new job, in a new city, or at a new school. We are worthy of greatness and success, and when we are courageous enough to remain steadfast in the face of adversity and struggle, we can climb mountains. To close, I'd like to say something directly to the members of my cohort, the wonderful students within applied developmental psychology. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your friendship and for making my experience whole. And to my family, I say thank you. I would not be here tonight without your guidance, support, and unwavering love. Finally, to the University of Pittsburgh, you have unlocked knowledge, wisdom, and power in us that will bloom and grow in the class of 2024 forever. Thank you, and hail to Pitt.
Allison, thank you. Really appreciate you sharing those words of insight. And as you personalized your experiences for us, and especially your fondness for the sound of music, you know, I don't know about you all, but, and I'm gonna date myself a little bit for some of the family here. I love music. Who know that? Y'all feeling me. Yeah, a little bit of OJ's. I love music. And the sound of music is really one that can uplift our spirits. It can feed our souls. It can bring people together. It can inspire resilience in times of difficulty, through periods of storm and stress. Music can be an elixir. I know I have found it to be. And, you know, with the characters in the movie that Allison described, they faced many challenges. And unlike some of us, we have a transformation of growth, and we see in these characters as they embark on their journeys to something in common, where we can find our purpose, where we can see our calling. Allison, thank you for reminding us of that, and we look forward to you continuing to know and grow in your calling and walking in your purpose. So let's give it up for Allison. So at this time, I want to introduce our graduate student speaker. And Tasha Jordan is who I want to talk to you about. Tasha. Yes. Tasha joined Pitt to pursue her Doctor of Education in STEM education. Born and raised in Pittsburgh, Tasha currently works as an 8th grade science teacher in a district outside of St. Louis, Missouri. She's received the Teacher of the Year Award in 2023 in her school district, and she was also recognized as St. Louis's Regional Teacher of the Year this year. So she's received that award in 2024. It's your season. Tasha studies the representation of Black girls in science and education. She specifically looks at the impact of culturally sustaining practices and responsive teaching practices on how Black girls see themselves as scientists. And so she is putting an imprint on girls as they think about their science identity. Her EDD dissertation titled Black Girls Are Scientists, Science Identity Development, and the Role of Culturally Sustaining Pedagogy in an Urban Science Classroom is chaired by her major advisor, Dr. Cassie Quigley. In our EDD program, Tasha has been highly active and engaged, a fully committed student, and also, despite not living currently in Pittsburgh, though a Pittsburgh native, she has been one of our key representatives in terms of the Council of Graduate Education, or Graduate Students in Education. She's done so for 3 years. And she's also been a student fellow in our school's Center for Urban Education. Before enrolling at Pitt, she earned a BS in biology from Chatham University. She also holds a master's in social work, as well as a MA in education from Washington University in St. Louis. We are very proud of how Tasha is sharing her gifts within K-12 education and research, and I'm looking forward to the message that she's gonna share with us tonight. Tasha, mic's yours.
Good evening, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge my family, my sister, Andrea Jordan, my mother, LaJune Jordan, my oldest niece, Alethea, my youngest niece, Naomi, my middle niece, Nailani, and my aunt and uncle that are here to join me today. To our esteemed faculty, proud parents, families, and friends, and most importantly, to the incredible graduates before us, I extend my warmest congratulations on this momentous occasion. As we gather here today to celebrate the culmination of our academic journey, let us be reminded that this day is not just about academic achievement, but a testament to the resilience, tenacity, and unwavering belief in the power of education. This day is also about dreams. The 3 stripes on my arm do not represent my EDD. It represents my 3 nieces who are my dream. As a Black woman and a first-generation student, I know the weight that this moment holds. For me, and for many of the students of color in the audience, it is a dream come true. Today, the wildest dreams of our ancestors have become realized. They have come to fruition. We have done what history and textbooks and data said that we would never do. Like many of you, I am here because of the indigenous people of this country, because of the enslaved people who were here before me, the young people of the civil rights movement who fought hard to get me to this moment right here. And I am extremely grateful to my family, friends, and coworkers and classmates, especially to Dr. Tony Stith, whose unwavering support has been my rock, and to all of the educators who believed in me. Thank you. This achievement is just as much as yours as it is mine. To my ancestors who have moved mountains for me to stand here before you, I assure you, your pain and suffering was not in vain. In the School of Education, we understand the profound impact that education has on individuals, communities, societies at large. We recognize the power of knowledge, the transformative potential of learning, and the immense responsibility that comes with shaping the minds and hearts of future generations. As we celebrate this moment of achievement, let us also recognize that our work is far from over. The disparities that exist in our education system, the achievement gap, the school-to-prison pipeline, the lack of representation in curriculum and leadership are a stark reminder of the ongoing struggle for educational equity. As we stand here today as witnesses to history, we are also charged with being agents of change. We have been equipped with the knowledge, the skills, and the passion to make a difference, to challenge the status quo, to dismantle systemic barriers, and to create a more just and equitable future for all. Graduates, as you embark on this next chapter of your journey, I urge you to carry the legacy of those who came before us wherever you go. Be bold, be courageous, and be unapologetic in your commitment to equity and justice in everything that you do. Stand up for those who have been marginalized and silenced, and use your voice and your platform to effect positive change. Let us be beacons of hope, catalysts for change, and champions of justice in a world that desperately needs our leadership. To my students back home in Ferguson, thank you. I would not be a doctor without all of you. As we embark on this next chapter of our journey, let us carry forward the lessons learned, the bonds forged, and the dreams ignited. Together, let us continue to strive for excellence, uplift one another, and create a future where every dream is within reach. Congratulations, class of 2024. Congratulations to my cohort, EDD. Our journey has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you for those uplifting remarks and that call to action, Tasha. I love what you said about how now is the time for us to be bold, to be unapologetic, to be courageous in our commitments to equity and justice. The world needs our leadership as beacons of hope and catalysts for change, as she has urged us. And now I am delighted to share my address to the graduating class. At the School of Education, we begin our school-wide meetings each time by collectively reading our words of the school's mission and vision. And so with that statement, I want to do that here tonight at commencement as well. And for your reference, the mission and vision are included. If you look toward the back of the program, the digital event program, I would encourage you to take a moment to call up the program if you'd like on your phones. And so we're going to read that together, and I invite you to read along and join in with me and our faculty in saying our mission and vision out loud if you so feel inclined. So, our mission and vision reads, we ignite learning. We strive for well-being for all. We teach. We commit to students, family, and community success. We commit to educational equity. We advocate. We work for justice. We cultivate relationships. We forge engaged partnerships. We collaborate. We learn with and from communities. We innovate and agitate. We pursue and we produce knowledge. We research. We disrupt and transform inequitable educational structures. We approach learning as intertwined with health and wellness and human development. We address how national, global, and social and technological changes impact learning. We shape practice and policy. We teach with and for dignity. We think, we dream, we lead with integrity. We are the School of Education at the University of Pittsburgh. All right, all right. Those words, well, they never fail to resonate. You can give it up. Hey, I'll pause for that. Give us a hand. Well, they really resonate in that they encapsulate who we are, who we've been, where we see ourselves next, what we do, right, and all the things that we aspire to be. And commencement is just that moment, right? It's a time to think about, to dream big, to dare, to do. And when we see these seeds planted, and when we see these seeds sprouted, as we have with you all, what we see is, again, the manifestation of not just potential and promises of our mission and vision, but we also, right here, right now, see the actualization of those dreams and those goals that have been laid bare and now visible for all of us to see. So today, our School of Education graduates are receiving certificates, they're receiving their baccalaureate degrees and master's degrees and doctorates. And so if you are a graduate, if you would please stand, if you are able and willing to do so, I want to recognize you. Yes, yes. Hey, what a fine bunch we have here. This moment, right, is the culmination of your hard work, your fortitude, your resilience, your commitment to improving the world through education. No doubt you're going to change the world. You are change makers. And through your work and with your work, for and with communities, as educators, as practitioners, as scholars and researchers, clinicians, administrators, you have proven that you are critical thinkers, that you are community champions, that you are trying and are and will be the change that you want to see. I'm confident that you will make us proud, not just today, but you're gonna make us proud. And like I said, I'm gonna pop my collar and holler because you're gonna make us proud for many years to come. So, thank you for not just having it be one-sided, but that this is reciprocity in the making, this exchange of teaching and learning. Thank you for imparting lessons also to us that had the pleasure of teaching you. Thank you for inspiring us, for inspiring others, and thank you for being the possibility models for who comes next. Now, let's give them another round of applause. If you want to be seated, you can, yeah. But I also think so deserving of applause is that we have to take a moment, and I personally want to acknowledge the families, the friends of our graduates. Families and friends, right? With all of the families and the friends, you know, friends being the family you choose, your chosen families, all of that. If you're in attendance and you're willing and able to stand, please do so. Let's give it up for them. Look at that. That's beautiful. It is so clear that our graduates are encircled in love, that part of how they have demonstrated their ethos of care is through being in loving community with each of you who have supported them along this way in their journey. And so I know that we all stand in strength and in power and in love and in sacrifice, and it's not lost on me that when we travel these journeys in terms of our educational trajectories, that we don't do so alone. And that we do so based on standing on the shoulders of those who have lifted us and those that have come before us. And as they have come before us, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so we know that the expectation that they will carry out is that they too will be able to pay it forward. One of my favorite African proverbs is a term that, and I've often said this, is called Ubuntu. Right? So I am because we are. Another way we talk about Ubuntu is to say that if we stand tall, it is because we stand on the shoulders of the ancestors. And I want us today to always be reminded that who we are is because of who has come before us and who has prepared a place for us. And I thank God that you are going forth and preparing places for this next generation. So I want to offer my sincere thanks, and I want to share gratitude, not just with our graduates, but for those that have been a force for good and for propelling our graduates forward in their journeys. You believed in them, you encouraged them, you loved on them, you pushed them, you poured into them, and because of that, they have succeeded. They are because you have poured into them, and for that, I am grateful. And so I want to say thank you so much. So now I want to recognize a few students, and I want to do a couple of shout outs, if you will. Those that are representing our student body and our graduates. And so I'm going to start with the doctoral students in our PhD and EDD programs. And so you have helped the school to fulfill an important component of our mission and vision, right? Kind of critical and core to doctoral study is becoming a knowledge producer. And as you have produced new knowledge, you are doing so for this next generation in terms of educational scholarship and practitionership. And this tradition that my predecessor, Dr. Kinlock, former Dean Kinlock, now Madam President Kinlock, I'm proud to continue in this ceremony. Dean Kinlock, Madam President Kinlock, as it were, was known for just randomly calling out folks, you know. You had to be like, what's going on? She have you on your toes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll with it a little bit. I wanna highlight Megan Orman. Dr. Orman, would you stand? Where you at? Oh, there you go. Hey. All right, so let me tell you about Megan. Megan's dissertation, titled Exploring and Measuring Nature Connection in Early Childhood, and her advisor, Dr. Shannon Wanless, yes, who also serves as our director of the Office for Child Development. I want to tell you a little bit more about Megan. So she had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with this study, again, producing knowledge, making a knowledge contribution. She gathered field data for her research through a Fulbright and a NSF, National Science Foundation, Arctic Research Grant. Go on with your bad self. Better have a Fulbright and an NSF grant. She spent 9 months in Iceland. Yes, she spent 9 months in Iceland where she studied how Icelandic preschoolers understood their connection to nature and to how they thought about the natural world. So, Dr. Orman, we are so proud of your commitment in promoting environmental education and justice and supporting the emotional and well-being of children here and everywhere. Thank you, Dr. Orman. Shout outs. Ooh, who's next? Okay, let's honor Dr. Deborah Lynn Woodbury Shaw. Where you at? Ooh, there you go. Okay. So she is graduating with a PhD in Learning Sciences and Policy. And her advisor is Dr. Tom Akiva. Ooh, yeah, Dr. Tom. All right. Now, let's talk about this dissertation, this new knowledge contribution that you're putting out into the world. Her dissertation was titled 5th through 12th Grade, Black Girls' Intersectional Experiences in Community-Based Educational Spaces. And this was such a critical time, right? When you think about this age frame for her work, when we think about what's happening in the development of youth and children's lives. And so with her work, she's really went ahead and shined a light on what we are seeing in community spaces where children spend lots of time, right? And thinking about their identity development in light of that. Deborah Lynn is active in the education community. She's a member of the Pittsburgh Remake Learning Group. And additionally, she has founded a nonprofit, Ellie Circle, a nonprofit that supports the holistic health of Black girls and Black women in community spaces. So, Dr. Deborah Lynn, we're so proud of you, Doc. Okay, just bear with me. I gotta call out somebody. One more. Okay. How about we recognize from the Doctor of Education program, Dr. Alice Pinchback Johnson. Woohoo! All right. Now, you stand, and so we're about to recognize you. Your dissertation, a dissertation in practice, which was titled For Black Women Who Have Reconsidered Flipping School Boards When the Letters and the Lawsuits Weren't Enough. Hey, woo, watch out there now. Okay, a case study of power-shifting efforts of Black women for a better education. Her advisor is the DOC, Dr. Lori O'Connor. And so you're a self-described systems disruptor. So you are definitely in alignment and have tightly coupled with our mission and vision as we talk about agitate and disrupt. So, not afraid to innovate and agitate for change. And it's the founder and CEO of your own educational consulting company, and also a former director of professional development for Pittsburgh Public Schools, and was named 40 Under 40 by Pittsburgh Magazine. I want to congratulate you on a fine job in your EDD program. Congratulations, Dr. Alice. All right. So if everyone just join me in congratulating them and our other doc students, because they all have done some impressive scholarship. And to all of our graduates, I want to offer the following tonight as you begin this new phase of life that is post-Pitt, as graduates of the School of Education. Let me be honest, it's inevitable. One constant that we will all endure is change and challenges. And there'll be hardships to come, right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I'm gonna keep it 100. But take heart in this truth that the work you're doing, be undeterred, be unfettered, stay the course, because we need you. Your work is urgent, it is necessary, it is critically important, and it is super meaningful. So more than ever before, we need your bold, visionary, and courageous nature, as well as leadership. And as graduates of the School of Education, you have already made us proud. I told you, I don't have a collar on, but I'm gonna pop it when I put one on. We are proud of you, and we look forward to hearing about the many future accomplishments, because tonight is just one of several more to come throughout your trajectory. So in these years ahead, don't forget to call on the School of Ed. Don't forget to call on our alumni network. It is vast, 32,000 plus that are a group of alum around the world that you are joining. I want you to feel connected, to get involved, and stay with us along these next steps in your journey. So as I close up here, I want to thank you for giving your time, giving your talents, giving your sweat, blood, tears, all the coins to Pitt. We are stronger, and we have been never more vibrant than we are a community, because we have had you with us and really appreciate your contributions to this community. So, from me to you, congratulations! Now we're in for a really nice treat. I get to introduce our commencement speaker. For those of you that showed up early, you probably had some one-on-one time with Dr. Span, who I affectionately call C-SPAN, and I'm not talking about the cable news network, but C-SPAN, I'm going to introduce to you. It's our tradition to have a select person of accomplishment, right, at our commencement, and I think what you're going to experience right now is a timely message as a graduating class. This year I invited Dr. Christopher M. Span, who is a professor in the College of Education at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. He is the Chief of Staff and the Associate Chancellor for Administration, as well as the pre-K initiatives for the entire university. He essentially has 4 or 5 jobs. Yep, it's a lot for one person to do, but not like a jack of all trades with mastery of none. He has mastery. He does it exceptionally well. Dr. Span's been a member of the University of Illinois faculty since 2003. He previously served as Associate Dean in the College of Education there from 2011 to 2021. In a world that's rapidly evolving, Dr. Span understands our grand challenges and what is facing education at each educational sector and level. He has experience at envisioning and designing, implementing and evaluating solutions-based strategies, actionable strategies to propel higher education organizations forward. And I think in part what makes him so adaptive to change is he's a historian, right? A historian of education. And there's a popular saying that goes, those who don't understand the past are doomed to repeat it, right? Well, he specializes in educational history, and in particular, the history of African Americans in the 19th century, and his training has given him very keen insights on today's anti-DEI climate, book ban pushes. Among his many publications in terms of his own books is From the Cotton Field to the Schoolhouse, African American Education in Mississippi, 1862 to 1865. You might notice that we might be twinning a little bit with these here gowns and our regalia. I've known Span for many years. During our days as PhD students back in the 90s, to working with him during my time as a professor, while I also was at the University of Illinois as an associate department chair and as associate dean of the graduate college there at the University of Illinois. But again, when I said you're in for a real treat, you'll see in a minute. I'm going to warn you, I have told Span on several occasions, as I have told others, that I have found him to be an occupational hazard. Dude is straight up hilarious. He's comedy. He has missed his calling sometimes, I think, because there have been times where just in passing we'd be in a conversation and then I find that I'm like, did somebody remove my appendix? Why my side hurts so much? I've laughed so hard and I'm in stitches from the laughter and my cheeks sore. But if nothing else, I need you to know that I'm so proud to call Chris my dear friend, my longtime friend, my brother, my colleague, and delighted to welcome him today as our ceremony speaker. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Christopher M. Span.
That's a lot of pressure, you know. You come up here to give a commencement address and you're asking me to tell jokes. And first, let me say, wonderful, gracious introduction. I can't thank you enough for it. I really want to thank Pitt School of Education for asking me to be the keynote speaker at this year's commencement exercise. I'm still in disbelief and deeply humbled by the invitation. And she's right, I get a little antsy in these moments, so I like to kind of mix and mingle and go and speak with folks. I appreciate their patience who are, you know, sitting out front, but if you're a graduate and your parents and family members are so proud of you right now. I mean, I can't even begin to express that. I talked to one proud mom and sister. Sister's getting her degree in chemistry at CSU, and the graduate is in the audience earning her degree in physical therapy. And I had a chance to talk to Sarah Hall's family. Her parents are just beaming. She's earning her doctorate. Her husband is just, I've never heard anybody speak so proud of someone in that regard. And Tiara and her family, you know, Tiara's getting her degree in special education, and I had to go back and chit-chat with her dad once more because he found the Illinois connection. And we talked about that. And for those of you who mistake me for Denzel Washington, thank you. I don't remember your names, but I need to get them. And you might want to see if there's a liquor policy here, because if I look like Denzel, they've been drinking. That's the jokes that she's talking about in that. But what an honor it is to come before you and speak on this occasion. And I really want you as the graduates to give yourselves a round of applause. You can do better than that. It's not a funeral. This is a celebration, okay? This is not somebody who's in a coffin. You're like, well, maybe he did do some good things. You know, you guys did some fantastic things. But I want you to give your parents and loved ones a bigger round of applause because we are here because of them. Let me start by telling you today what I'm not going to discuss. COVID. I'm not going to talk about COVID. The only thing I'm going to say about COVID is that I know some of you are sitting here today who missed your high school graduation because of COVID. Or maybe you missed your college graduation because of COVID. And I'm so glad that we're here today that you're not missing it again. This is just a momentous occasion. Another thing that I'm not going to talk about or discuss are existential crises impacting the world affairs. I don't think that it's necessary to kind of discuss it in these moments, and nor will I discuss how you are specifically have to be responsible for solving these grand challenges, especially while you're trying to pay off the student loans for bettering yourself and getting a college degree. I went online to find out how much it costs to get these degrees, so your dean owes you some money. I'm just going to tell you that right now. What I will discuss is what got me, and I assume many of you, this far in life. And if you continue to listen and learn from and employ these considerations, they will enhance your pursuits and happiness. I ask you to continue considering 4 things: change and serendipity as inevitable, living and enjoying life in the moment, continuing to learn and hone your skill sets as intervener, and last but not least, remembering where you came from. So if we think about change and serendipity as inevitable, life really becomes easier when we accept these things. As a historian, it's relatively easy for me because, as our dean said, I've really spent my entire career reading, studying, researching, and writing about change over time. It's essentially what the discipline of history is. It's not anything more or anything less. It's really to study a change over time. And change is inevitable, but change for the betterment of humanity is not. There's no way that you would miss this important distinction as a major or graduate in education. So what do you do with such information that you got here in college? I implore you to use it. We need you to use it. You are educators. You've been trained to possess the knowledge, skills, and disposition to educate humanity. Your professors and lessons have taught you how to appreciate otherness and each other and find joy, no matter how small, in your work, your friendship, your challenges and victories. By studying change over time, I've learned how failures and setbacks are inevitable teachable moments and opportunities for recalibration, and how there are no structures or problems in the world that cannot be overcome. Hopefully you've learned from your professors that democracy is a glass that really is half full rather than half empty. And my challenge to you is to educate your future students on how they can assist you in finish filling the glass of democracy for the benefit of humanity. Now, I research and write about formerly enslaved people in the United States and how their children and grandchildren twice saved democracy in America, once during the Civil War and the second time during the Civil Rights Movement. And we sit here today, just weeks away from the 70th anniversary of Brown v. Board of Education. Brown was a catalytic event that sparked the second Reconstruction of America. And what history reveals is that change here again is truly inevitable, but change for a more perfect union is not. This is where you and I come into the equation, where we're not just witnesses in the movement, but can actually be authors of whatever book that we seek. And I know, again, Dean Zamani Gallagher told you about my books. If you ever have trouble sleeping, buy one of my books, okay? They will put you to sleep. No side effects, no sleep driving, no sleep gambling. I think one of those things do sleep gambling. Nothing, just straight sleep. Start with chapter 3 in that sense. Every book, start with chapter 3 in my book, okay? But this, again, is where I need you and I. You have to kind of come into the equation here. We need you. As the dean said, you have no idea how much America needs you in this moment. We need you to be present. We need you to be a sustainable voice for democracy. And all I ask of you in this moment, I'm not going to ask you for any more payments or student loans or anything. All I ask for you at this moment is every day is that you try to make this part of your continuation as you go forward. Make progressive change part of your daily routine. Think about this analogy here that I'm about to share. It's a person who has an ice pick and they're steadily chipping away at a glacier. Inevitably, when they keep chipping away at it, they will change the very nature of the glacier. When done in isolation, change is slow and laborious. But when done with collective action, the structures of the glacier will be forever changed, maybe even dismantled. History proves this to be true. So every opportunity you get in the days ahead, steadily use your knowledge and skills to chip away at the glaciers blocking humanity's progress. Be that ice pick. Be the change you envision in the world that you want to live in. And I think that's such an important message because sometimes we think that if I only do just a little bit, it's not going to be a lot. But believe me, you doing just a little bit is a lot more than you could ever imagine. And you doing a little bit with a collective consciousness will definitely be the shifting of the kind of world that you want to see tomorrow. Serendipity goes alongside understanding that change is inevitable. It's important to consider here. Serendipity are really chance happenings. And if you're aware of them and if you listen, right, and don't fight against them, they're sometimes your best laid plans. As I reflect back on my life, I realize how much of the person I am today happened by chance. When I was your age, if you were an undergraduate student in this sense, right before I graduated with my degree in history, I had the privilege of having dinner with a griot from Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. He spoke to us how he knew the life histories of everyone in his immediate community and could trace this history back 200 plus years. I was just simply amazed at how he approached the discipline of history. It was so different than what I was being trained to do, even going to graduate school with. And his ways of knowing and practicing history was so different than my own training. But that chance happening that I had with this griot, who to this day, as much as I get paid to remember things, I just simply can't remember his name, forever changed the way I would research and write history. He taught me that if you understand your immediate community first, everything you learn thereafter literally is going to be the foundation stone for your success in your career. And actually, I was learning the exact opposite. I was supposed to learn about George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, not about my own father's biography or my own mother's biography. And he had such a different way of thinking about that in that sense. It's amazing how a few words at dinner changed the future direction of my life. So I ask you to be open to change in those moments. You never know when it's going to happen. Embrace it, and you'll be surprised how far it will take you in life. It will help you see yourself in the future. Second thing I really want us to think about is, while planning for tomorrow, live and enjoy life today. You've worked hard to get to this moment, and in a few months, you will hit the ground running in your new professions and educational experiences. As you prepare for the next phase of your life, remember to carve out the time to live and enjoy that life today. Find a way to find joy in the work that you do. Find a way to help others reach their highest potential. Find a way to enjoy everyday moments that make life wonderful. Just speaking with everyday folks, I would never meet them again after today, and learning just a little bit more about your biography, why they're so proud of you, who they are, gave me joy in this one moment. And I'm always preparing for that future that I want, but I never stop to not do what I just said. Go and meet people, right? Take yourself out of your comfort zone. Complete strangers, but have that conversation. And think about it in this way. When I don't have that opportunity, I take my puppy for a walk, or I go find the right place to sit so I can enjoy the warmth of the sun. Or call a family member or friend that I haven't talked to in a while because work just keeps me away from them. But these moments remind me of what's important in life. I never earned my doctorate to become an administrator. I earned my doctorate to work with students and help build knowledge production and innovation. I happen to be an administrator in this sense. But nobody wants to read from file cabinets or files. They want to be engaged in humanity. So think about why you're earning your degree. And if that gives you joy, keep doubling down on that, because that really will be your future in life. If the lesson of living and enjoying life in the moment wasn't already being practiced, make it a daily reminder or habit from this day forward. We should not have to experience grief or loss to be reminded of this important life lesson. Surely tomorrow should be planned, but again, it's never guaranteed. And if you have to ask yourself, what do you want on your tombstone? Is it this college degree or loving friend, loving husband, loving wife? Keep going on the list. I think you understand the point that I'm really pushing here. But we have so much discretionary power of how we want to live our lives and how we treat others in it. You're right at the first phase of your career. Build this as a healthy habit. The third thing I want us to really concentrate on is, again, words of wisdom that was given to me, is how you pay it forward, how you can be the intervener in the lives of the students that you're about to engage. One of my mentors in life assigned me a task that I still do today. In one of our first conversations about cultivating more opportunities for first-generation college students, he asked me an odd question. He asked, how many red cars did you notice today when you came into the College of Education? I was like, what does this question have to do with first-generation college student opportunities, right? And I told him, none. He asked me, look for them tomorrow and stop by my office. Let me know how many you spotted. So the next day, I made it a point to look for as many red cars as I could. And when I saw Professor Violas later that day, I told him I saw 4. I asked him, why did you ask me to look for these red cars? And he said that in order to cultivate genius, you have to first be willing to intentionally look for them. Genius is everywhere. It's in everyone. We just have to intentionally create the conditions and ask the right questions to find it. And once we develop this intentionality, we'll always find what we seek. I implore you to start your professional careers looking for the red cars. They're out there. In fact, I see tons of them right now, okay? Tons of them. And in no way am I supposed to be here today delivering this commencement address, because I wasn't that red car that anybody was looking for, but yet here I am. Violas was that important intervener in my life. He had confidence in me, and I had very little confidence in myself. He took an interest in my interests. He encouraged me to apply to graduate school, even though I never even heard of the idea before that conversation. When I didn't apply, he made it a homework assignment in a course that I was taking with him. He always knew I would turn in my homework in that sense. I was truly being what I would call militant ignorance. I was doing everything in my power to not be smart. And he kept pushing me to try to accept the fact, you can be smart. You are smart. And so I turned in a homework assignment, but when I didn't have the money to pay for the application fee after I applied to college, he went ahead and paid it for me. When I was admitted to graduate school, he mentored me, invited me to his home to meet and greet with his family, and helped me develop into the person that you see today. If I had counted the number of times he purposely intervened, I would guess probably less than a dozen in 5 years. Not many times at all when you really think about it. But each nudge was a meaningful nudge that gave me confidence to keep striving and being myself. I'm a historian of education today because my mentor was a historian of education. I intervene and mentor today because he and so many others showed me the importance of mentorship and sponsorship. I still look for those red cars, by the way, when I drive. And that's the amazing point of the story. And I hope that you kind of look for those in the days ahead, too. The last thing I want to implore you to remember is where you came from. Remember where you came from is foundational to me. Matter of fact, the very basis of my research comes from me wanting to better understand my own family history. Anyone who knows me, you've kind of learned this already, knows 2 things about me right away. First, my nickname is C-SPAN. The deans already gave that away, right? Second is I'm from Gary, Indiana. I'm very proud of it. I'm one of 4 people who are proud to be from Gary, Indiana, okay? The joke, yeah, right? Everybody laughs because they're like, oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. What they may not know is that I'm the second person in the history of my family to attend and graduate college. I'm the first on my mother's side. My mother earned her GED the same year I graduated from high school. My dad only attended school to the 3rd grade because schooling inconveniently coincided with the cotton cycle in Jim Crow, Mississippi. Generation before me, my dad's first cousin, Sterling Plump, he was the first to graduate high school, and he would go on to become, first to graduate high school, he'd go on to graduate from college, and he would be the first in the family to do that, and then he became a world-renowned poet. He taught as a professor at the University of Illinois, Chicago, for many years, and when I was sitting there, I immediately had a flashback moment of Sterling. We call him Lil Bruh, like a little brother to my dad. In that sense, that's what it goes by. And I realized, are my socks matching? Because little brother's socks never matched, but he always went out in public that way. And that's always a concern of mine, so when you think about it. So, too much information, I know, I apologize. I'm the great-great-grandchild of formerly enslaved Mississippians. On my dad's side, I've traced my roots all the way back to the 1790 census. So if you think about that, 1790, and here I am today being the second graduate from college. It's a long history in between. My people then were enslaved in North Carolina, and shortly after Mississippi became a state in late 1817, they walked all the way, chained behind an ox cart, from North Carolina to Hinds County, Mississippi. I saw it in the historical record when I went to do the research. It was pretty eerie, but I had already learned a story. I learned these stories of family and survival and empowerment because my great-grandmother, Miss Mattie, really taught us all these stories until her passing at the age of 103. I met her, I was very young, so very late in her life. I only knew her the last half a decade of her life. And so it was here that I had a chance to kind of engage her. She was born in the 1880s, a member of the first generation of freeborn folk in my family. She never let us forget who we were and how we, as a family, literally made a way out of no way. The family that I'm speaking of, like your families today, they're salt of the earth kind of people. Everyday people trying to do their best to build a world with structures that would allow everybody to reach their highest potential. But my family, as you can see, from 1790 all the way up to near present day, had to try to be their best selves in a world that had already built structures and codes and laws, these kind of seemingly immovable, ice glaciers that blocked or denied their pursuits of happiness. Many of their dreams were born and whispered and cast aside on cotton plantations in Mississippi. But if you ever read my scholarship, this would be chapter 2 or chapter 4, not chapter 3. You see it lives on in me and in research and publications. So when you think about what I'm trying to share with you is you can really have it all. You can learn a little bit about yourself. You can gain the knowledge that you need. You can engage in the professions that you want. And you can help others. And you'll be rewarded for it the rest of your life. Those are the 4 things I really want you to walk away with. So here is what's most impactful to me. Few things are more powerful than knowing what happened, whether it's in your own life or whether it's in the lives of others. And as educators, our nation's children and futures are really in your hands. You possess the power as to what their next steps will be, how they will be seen, whether you see them as a red car or something else. Don't shy away or abandon your training. Keep honing and using it, and keep helping others know the past, not only so they can factor it into present-day decisions, but they can make informed decisions and policies that will be produced tomorrow. Our profession has prepared me well for this. Our profession has prepared you well too. So I leave you with my final summation. Embrace change and serendipity. Live and enjoy life to the fullest. Be that intervener for your students because they'll desperately need you. Even when they just completely resist, keep trying. And remember, always remember where you came from. I hope these words give you some guidance as you embark on the next phase of your life. And once again, I'm deeply humbled, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on your achievement of this milestone, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, C-SPAN, for that uplifting and timely message. A little light on the Def Comedy Jam part, yeah, but that's all right. Maybe at the after party, we can get them jokes. Okay, so now we're ready for the moment you've been waiting for. Yes, yes. We're going to recognize our School of Ed graduates from August 2023 to December 2023, and our candidates for degrees and certificates from April 2024 and this coming June 2024. So each graduate will be honored individually, and our graduates are going to receive their diploma holder as our gift for your achievement. And then the actual diplomas are going to be mailed once we see your final grades. Yes, once the grades are calculated and all the requirements are fulfilled, then the degrees are actually conferred. Okay, so graduates, after we call your name, you're gonna come forward and walk across the stage. And we're gonna have our president of our School of Education Alumni Society, Dr. Bob Shear, to join Dr. Andrea Zito, who's our assistant dean for student engagement. And they're gonna greet you as you walk across the stage. And then when you exit the stage, you're gonna please stop, make sure you pause, because you wanna get that Kodak moment. We wanna make sure you have your picture taken because we have a professional photographer in the house. And so at this time, I'm gonna ask our faculty marshals and our staff members to come forward so that we can assemble the candidates for graduation. All right, let's officially begin this presentation of the graduates. Faculty marshals?
The candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Developmental Psychology and Exercise Science, led by Faculty Marshal Dr. Karma Sprouse-Repchik. Wait, where's your card? Oh. Allison Massio. Colleen Doherty. Isabel Volz. Molly Tiplady. Madeline Evison. Amoy Crossborn. Ariana Henderson. Irene Hong. Claire Park. Victoria Malamo. Brooke Amar. Olivia McHale. Grace Brown Shear. Rachel Dom. Gabrielle Trojan. Kara Souls. Claire Fitzpatrick. Michelle Pilyugin. Nikaya Washington Butler. Tiara Wilson. Julia Therese Monaco. Lulu Renee Eckberg. Lauren Nicole Galbraith. Ava Quinn. Nate Keller. Zihui Zhang. Nelia Costadanova. Kathleen Sidney Francis. Grace Rose O'Sullivan. Jillian Riley Gaddioso. Claire Regan Terry. Isabella Faith Narduzzi. Emily Grace Marr. Amelia White. Brooklyn Rensberger Hacklet. Keely Daniels. Lindsay Fortis. Haley Sill. Mary Catherine Mahoney. Lauren Elizabeth Paulus. James Smith. Christopher Mulcahy. Jack Bennett Schaffner. Grace Ann Green. Allison Maureen Colgan. Madeline Rushford. Alexis Beinhauer. Kaylee Clemens. Hallie Flynn. Teresa Rinker. Drew Dorfman. Hannah Fidel. Daniel Pollock. Abigail Duncan. Jessica Berger. Claudia Bowman. Ashlyn Weidenhammer. Elodie Perjant. Amanda Cook. Megan Hoke. Olivia Subkoviak. Hannah Miller. Eli Anish. Eggie Giordano. Amanda Junta. Leah Nat. Christopher Nicholson. Samyak Pratap Reina. Antonio Petrucelli. Hansen Zhang. Yuhang Liu. Julia Daly. Olivia Rose. Aphrodite Agathocleus. Eliza Brennan. Maya Berger. Claire Hartung. Sydney Williams. The candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree with a specialization in English, mathematics, science, social studies, world and heritage language, and the candidates for certification in applied behavior analysis, critical technology and digital media for learning, executive cohort for educational leadership, infant mental health, K through 12 principal, orientation and mobility, pre-K through 4 education, reading education specialist, STEAM education, supervisor of special education, teacher of students with visual impairments, world and heritage language, led by faculty marshal, Dr. Michelle Sobolak. Kristen Venturino. Ronald Zaccardi. Scott Brannigan. Katrina Yawarski. Santino Hartford. Sasha Yaskolkush. Ryan Wagner. Elizabeth Dolan. Ellis Pete. Sam Kelly Wong. Emma Christensen. Alma Malmani. Matthew Isaac Picklow. Haley Rose Mitchell. Brooke Elizabeth Vittmeyer. Madison Dean. Zora Grace Mosley. Rachel Jones. Duncan Miller. Ethan Hale. Sam Weiner. The candidates for the Master of Arts degree in Education Policy and the Master of Science degree in Applied Developmental Psychology, Clinical Exercise Physiology, Health and Wellness Management, led by faculty marshal, Dr. Robert Gallen. Gerard Dorvey-Lewis. Charlie Diaz. Liying Chung. Aishwarya Karanam. Michaela Robinson. Marion Grace Whitehead. Sarah Sass. Carolyn Antal. Leah Frank. Ashley Lee. Samantha Wittenberg. Madeline Norris. Mina Metizada. Connor Murray Coleman. Kelly Swiderski. Mia Manganero. Allison Curtis. Grace Craw. Michaela Freeman. Nicolette Mead. We're giving the photographers just a brief moment to catch up here. Grace Leckberg. Sarah Peters. Ariana McElwain. Jintong Meng. Wen Ying Bai. Yifan Wu. Xian Li. The candidates for the Master of Education degree in Applied Behavior Analysis, Combined Studies in Early Childhood and Special Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Early Childhood Education, Education Leadership, Education Policy, Higher Education, Reading Education, Social and Comparative Analysis in Education, Special Education Pre-K through 12, Vision Studies, World and Heritage Language, led by Faculty Marshal, Dr. Sheila Conway. Adia Simone Hearns. Peter Fuang Su. Rebecca Scales. Rebecca Labovitz. Shannon Schreckengost. Haley Grace Passione. Gabrielle Charles Lindia. Kaylin Lukazeski. Kara Roth. Jennifer Kaplan. Jace Garnick. Amanda Price. Kira Nezpal. Duncan Kelly. Peter Capucci. Brandon Lee. Jason Glancy. Jennifer Espinosa Ramos. Emma Morgenstein. Alethea Carroll. Lola Dorzinski. Audrey Kreitz. Rachel Kaiser. Julianne Jakes. Hannah Doty. Tiffany Robinson. Mariah Morris. Grace Harrigan. Catherine Sullivan. Caitlin Osman. Riley Sano. Mary Borkowski. Molly Ayub. Samantha Solanday. Susie Delve. Brooke Dant. Emily Macbeth. Lindsay Jordan Spritzler. Brianna Marie Checo. Lindsay Newman. Alexa Signori. Brandon Yee. Kayo Mizobuchi. Kauthar Amlarzuk. Darjichi. Chisongzit Fong. Bing Hong Sun. And now, the candidates for the Doctorate of Education degree in Education Leadership, Education Policy and Social Change, Health and Physical Activity, Higher Education, Out-of-School Learning, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics Education, Social and Comparative Analysis in Education, Special Education, Urban Education, led by Faculty Marshal, Dr. Tom Akiva. We got to get the doctors right here, folks. Edlin Lauren Awula Katrina Thompson Meddy. Congratulations, Doctor. Scott Ku Wong Huang. Congratulations, Dr. Wong. Selvin Malcolm Waldron. Congratulations, Dr. Waldron. Sarakas Barnes. Congratulations, Dr. Barnes. Charmaine Janelle Davis Bay. Congratulations, Dr. Davis Bay. Stacy Louise Adams Burnett. Congratulations, Dr. Adams Burnett. Constance Barnes Watson. Congratulations, Dr. Barnes Watson. Sarah Lynn Hall. Congratulations, Dr. Hall. Elise LaFay Pinchback Johnson. She got that hood. Congratulations, Dr. Pinchback Johnson. Jamal Will Gosa.
Let's go! Get him, bro! Come on, Brandy.
Congratulations, Dr. Gosa. Brandy Alexandria Lawrence.
Get him, Brandy!
Congratulations, Dr. Lawrence. Heather Thomas, Sister I. Congratulations, Dr. Sister I. Hope Beam Albert. Congratulations, Dr. Albert. Sonia Schilling Mansour. Congratulations, Dr. Schilling Mansour. Brianna Mihawk. Congratulations, Dr. Mihawk. Melanie Maines. Congratulations, Dr. Maines. Jocelyn Van Story Artinger. Congratulations, Dr. Van Story Artinger. Kimberly Gregory. Congratulations, Dr. Gregory. Megan Watlett. Congratulations, Dr. Watlett. Paula K. Davis. Congratulations, Dr. Davis. Raquel Cole. Congratulations, Dr. Cole. Andrew Atef George. Congratulations, Dr. George. Juliet Crowell. Congratulations, Dr. Crowell. Sarah Donathan. Congratulations, Dr. Donathan. Jennifer Tan. Congratulations, Dr. Tan. Christine Miller. Congratulations, Dr. Miller. Katie Hanford. Congratulations, Dr. Hanford. Cherry Rogers. Congratulations, Dr. Rogers. Grace Durnach Bonaventura. Congratulations, Dr. Durnach Bonaventura. Nicholas Refuge. Congratulations, Dr. Refuge. Tony Stith. Congratulations, Dr. Stith. Megan Roberts. Congratulations, Dr. Roberts. Audrey Bowser. Congratulations, Dr. Bowser. Anthony Dominic Gomez. Congratulations, Dr. Gomez. Christine Elizabeth Rogers. Congratulations, Dr. Rogers. Kristen Williams. Congratulations, Dr. Williams. Lynn Rosen. Congratulations, Dr. Rosen. Charlotte Anke. Congratulations, Dr. Anke. Michelle Marie Lagnice. Congratulations, Dr. Lagnice. Nina Rivold. Congratulations, Dr. Rivold. Kimberly Doyle Maslowski. Congratulations, Dr. Maslowski. Tasha Lynn Jordan. Congratulations, Dr. Jordan. The candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Applied Developmental Psychology, Education Leadership, Education Policy, Exercise Physiology, Higher Education, Language, Literacy and Culture, Learning Sciences and Policy, Social and Comparative Analysis in Education, Special Education, Urban Education, led by Faculty Marshal, Dr. Shannon Wanless. Megan Orman. Congratulations, Dr. Orman. Deborah Lynn Woodbury Shaw. Congratulations, Dr. Woodbury Shaw. Jawanza Kalanji Rond. Congratulations, Dr. Rond. Corey Humphrey. Congratulations, Dr. Humphrey. Anna Primo. Congratulations, Dr. Primo. Holly Marybeth Plank. Congratulations, Dr. Plank.
Let's let her finish her picture, but can we give another round of applause to our recent graduates? So, congratulations. I am pleased to welcome all of our new graduates into the School of Education's Alumni Society. You are now part of a powerful group of more than 32,000 education alumni across the globe. Being alumni of our School of Education means that you are forever connected to a strong and highly engaged community that is changing the field of education each and every day. I encourage you to take advantage of the many different special events, alumni publications, and other alumni services offered by our school. I also encourage you to stay connected to the university and each other by participating in events and activities through the Pitt Alumni Association. The Pitt Alumni Association provides alumni with various sponsored events and volunteer opportunities. Pitt is also well represented by the many clubs and councils located in the United States and abroad who promote pride in the university and want to ensure that its legacy continues to grow stronger every year. Congratulations again. I hope to see all of you soon, and hail to Pitt.
Okay, in the home stretch, thank you so much, Bob. So on behalf of our faculty and staff, students, alumni of the School of Education, I congratulate you, graduates. Congratulations, you did it. You did it. You did the darn thing. That's right. You have persevered and you have accomplished your goals. You started something and you finished that darn thing. And now a new chapter, the next chapter begins. So let me also recognize again your family members, your friends that are your chosen family for their support. We really appreciate you coming and being here tonight with our graduates. I want to also thank the esteemed alumni and friends who have made donations, financial support to our School of Ed, because you have actually done so much to help us try to make it more affordable for our students to receive a high-quality education. With that, last but not least, I have to have sincere thanks expressed for our faculty and for our staff from the bottom of my heart, because this is a lot of work, y'all, and haven't they done a wonderful job? They work hard, and they endeavor to provide you with an optimal learning experience day in and day out. And again, especially for tonight, I appreciate how you have organized tonight's ceremony on behalf of our graduates. So in a few moments, we're gonna go ahead and close the ceremony, but one special announcement. We do have a reception, so if you want to stay for a little bit here afterwards, located behind this main stage here, we have some tables set up. We got cake and refreshments, so eat the cake, eat the cake. I invite you to join and grab some food and just continue to celebrate. So with that, we are actually officially wrapping and closing this School of Education Spring 2024 Commencement. All right. On one, on two, on one, on two, on three. Help me say, hail to Pitt. Congratulations.